Hello. Hello, everyone. It's nice and chill in here. I've been looking at and creating some beautiful artwork using a different AI program that I registered. So I have this for a year. I'm paid up for a year. And I think this turned out beautiful. Kind of looks like a fantasy painting with my ravens and a voluptuous, curvy woman. Now there's this no kings movement of losers, a movement of peasants, jealous, piss-poor, broke-ass, pissant peasants. Them calling Donald Trump a king is an insult. I'm the one and only king, King Stephen, the Raven King. And they are just jealous, envious, broke-ass little pissants, little peasants. Poor little peasants. Poor little crybabies with angry, envious, jealous, little hateful faces. Look at their faces. Look at them. Just look at them with their no kings signs crossing out the crown. They're pathetic. They're pathetic. You can see what they are, the unwashed, profane masses at the bottom of the pyramid, in the gutters. They're not even the bottom level. Do you see them? You see what they look like? Have they ever heard of taking a shower? All the tattoos, the cheesy, disgusting-looking ink on their arms. It looks like Sharpie marker. Terrible. All the way over to the UK. Not my king, not my king. Abolish the monarchy, I think that says. I'm surprised they even got it spelled right on their banner, on their stupid banner. These stupid idiots, these stupid fools. They're peasants. Look at their signs. All the same. They're not homemade. It's all funded by Soros, most likely, orchestrated. These lefty losers. They're not thinkers. They're just followers. That's all they are. They have King Stephen derangement syndrome. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves me, Anna Faye coined this term in a live chat on my channel. Thank you, Anna Faye. I'm going to give her credit. If I'm mistaken, please correct me, but I believe it was Anna Faye. If it wasn't Anna Faye, it was Salty Siren. They both come up with good sayings. They coin good sayings. I have a lot of astute, insightful, intelligent viewers on my channel, part of my team, part of my tribe of beautifully mad ones. And here's a beautiful stained glass butterfly. I just wanted to throw this in here. I tossed in a few images like this to just chill out, calm it down a little bit. Give you some beauty. Don't you see the beauty? And this is fake AI created, okay? AI is really not artificial intelligence. It uses image models and language models. It's not a thinking, sentient robot like some of these YouTube fake shill quote truthers believe it to be. It's not a robot at all. It's networks of computers. It's these computer farms, these servers. It has a lot of computing power, but can it think for itself? Is it self-aware? Is it sentient? Is it a thinker? No, it isn't. This is fake AI as well. I have a new system that I'm using, and this is photographic AI. Cute little baby hyenas, little young spotted hyenas. Look at them. They're adorable. Look at them. Just look at them. Isn't that cute? Aren't they sweet? You know, raised in captivity, they're kind of like a cross between a dog and a cat. Or a fox. They're a little bit like fox. They're wonderful. Don't hate them because of Disney and stupid movies that vilify them. Don't hate them. Stop hating that which you do not understand, that you have not looked into and studied and gotten to know better. That's me, King Stephen, on the left. As a young boy, I was on a tree swing, Photo was taken by a friend of my family, a friend of my mom's, that she had known since childhood. She knew all of her life. There used to be lifelong friendships. And that represents Team Evil on the right. The Gingy, the evil Gingy Chucky doll. That evil Gingy. Look at it. Malicious. That's what they looked like when they were young. They were always evil. And I was always innocent and angelic and happy and caring and sweet. You can see the aura of me, my spirit, in that photo. That's still me. I still have that child inside. That is me. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Look at these defenders over there. This is on Red Pill Face channel. We're all a collection of the knowledge we've acquired over time through books, documentaries, school, parents, friends, etc. Listen, he quoted me word for months. It was clear plagiarism. He admitted to plagiarizing me on a live stream, talking to me. It's on video. I have it recorded. He admitted to what he did because he plagiarized me. Are we expected? Well, when you write a fucking essay or make a video, if you're using someone's words word for word, quote them and cite them. Yes, that is the responsible, honest, and intelligent, intellectual thing to do. If you're in academia, it's expected, or it's plagiarism. And it's the same thing with creative work, with books and videos. Don't steal word for word. That's plagiarism. It does make sense. He admitted to it. And it's true. People could see it was word for word. They always defend evil, though, in this realm. Old Joe is obsessed with me. He leaves comment after comment wherever I am when I'm live as a guest. He wrote, "It's always interesting watching King Stephen's behavior." You need an apostrophe S. Not Stevens with an S. Apostrophe S. Learn language, old Joe. Stop obsessing over me. You're fixated on me. You'll never figure me out. Never. You lack personality, old Joe. You lack charisma. You lack charm. And you lack the ability to read others and see a situation. They have to tell you that they're joking. They have to tell you, you can't catch on yourself. You're not very bright. You're not astute. You're slow. You're slow-minded. Somebody has to tell you he's joking, he's doing this, he's doing parody. You can't figure it out on your own. My audience can. That's why you don't belong on my channel. Here's Don't Judge Me, another one obsessed with me. She has King Stephen derangement syndrome. She wrote, "Stephen blowing smoke is fascinating." She even said, "I find him fascinating. I'd love to meet up with him in person and spend time in person with King Stephen." She's absolutely obsessed, and I picked up on it right away. Last year, I think it was, on my channel. I banned her last year on Christmas, but she was banned before then. She's been given 2 or 3 chances on my channel, and she's proven time and time again that she's exactly the way that I read her. She hasn't changed. She never will change. She's two-faced. She's untrustworthy. She's obsessed with me. She always will be. Always. And she'll say that I'm mean to her or whatever. I don't like her. I don't like two-faced people. I would never have someone as a friend or as an acquaintance that's two-faced like she is. She'll pretend to be one thing on my channel behind my back. She'll be talking about me, mocking me, laughing, joining in with the demons in the demon verse. I don't want that around me on YouTube or in so-called real life or in eternity beyond this matrix. I don't want that, and I won't settle for that. Now, some of you, that will make sense for some of you. For others, you'll say, what do you mean? I don't want that shit Velcroed to me, trying to Velcro itself to me, following me around, obsessed with me for eternity. I am a mad Viking with raven wings, and I will have my wings back. I'm the king. I'm the Raven King. And I'm showing you something. I'm showing you archetypes. I'm showing you psychology of human behavior, whether it's Old Joe or Don't Judge Me, or a lot of these other fucking demons from the demon verse, aka panel verse, as they love to call it. It's the demon verse. That's a term that I coined. I call it the demon verse. And it's not just a few channels on YouTube. You're in a demon verse, whether you want to watch these channels and study them and psychologically analyze them and put it together or not. You're in a demon verse. You don't have to like it, but that's the way it is. That's where you are. That's what this matrix is part of, a demon verse. So it's bigger than just the so-called panel verse that they like to talk about. Aren't these beautiful images, these new images with this fake AI system that I registered, paid for a year's subscription? Check this out. Look at this raven here with red maple trees. Now, those ones aren't Asian. Those are supposed to be regular Canadian red maple trees. And I believe they have them in Europe, red maple, some places. But definitely in Canada. Definitely. A red maple. But they actually in person look darker, the leaves, than that. That almost looks like a regular Canadian maple with leaves in the fall that have turned red. But anyway, this is what fake AI came up with. A castle with a waterfall in the background and a beautiful raven, one of my ravens in the foreground. It just has good energy. Now, does it have human energy? Human spirit? No, it's different. It is different. But it's as close to a painting as I think you're going to get with fake AI. I found a good system. Daisy, lazy Daisy's obsessed with me. Answer that, Stephen, you piece of shit, she wrote. Answer that, Stephen. She says that she hates the way I talk to women. How do you talk to people? How do you talk to me? And how do you talk to others? Daisy. Daisy. You're absolute shit. That's the way you treat people. You don't deserve respect. You're a foul-mouthed, big, fat redneck. That's what you are. You're angry. You're a drunk. You're bitter. You're a demon. Demon Daisy. Demon Daisy. Noah said, world's best co-host in the house. He got banned from my channels, I think. Both of them. Because he just wasn't making sense. And he'd come in saying weird shit. One day he'd be okay. The next day he'd be slanderous. He's unstable. And a lot of them are in the demon verse. Now, whether they have an actual mental illness or whether they're playing characters or doing it on purpose, I don't know. And in a sense, I don't care. I just don't want them around me. Lazy Daisy spells my name wrong here. She's very inconsistent in the same chat. I will not talk to Stephen the way he talks to women. Ask him about that, Jack. Well, the way you talk to me and talk about me, you're a piece of shit. Why don't you come on the show and face me and address me? You've never done that. You're a coward, Daisy. You're not tough. You just pretend to be with wimpy people that tolerate you. I won't tolerate that mouth of yours. I won't tolerate it. I'll call you nasty. I'll call you a fat-mouthed drunk. And that's what you are. Degenerate. You're a demon. And you're obsessed with me. You're obsessed. Anytime I'm a guest, you're talking about me, yapping, Stephen this, Stephen that, Stephen this, Stephen that in the chat room. Get over me. Go away. Don't obsess over me. Get a life, bitch. This one is a bitch too. Shadows and Light, Trash Luna, Trans Luna, Neutral Ground. She's got many names. Tresa, Tracy, Trash Luna, Shadows and Light, Neutral Ground. She changes her name more than she changes her fucking underwear. She said it's a 30-year-old picture of me. She made that up. She lies. That's false. You haven't seen a 30-year-old picture of me on here. That would be from the 1990s, from around 1995. I don't think there's anyone on here that's seen a 35-year-old picture of me. Some of you seen childhood pictures of me, but that's older than 30 years. So she's a liar. She makes up shit. So how can you trust her when she lies about someone? She's got a wrench. That's on Jack Talcott's shit show. She's wrenched up, and so is Venus. They love cockroaches. Cockroaches stick together. Demons of a feather flock together, and that's what they do. Venus and Trashy, Trans Luna. She wrote here, just like Stephen says, everyone's talking about him all over the internet, delusions of grandeur. No, it's true. I could show you thousands of screenshots, easily. Every time I'm a guest on a show, people are saying Stephen this, Stephen that, in the chats and in the comments. This could be a 10-hour video just of screenshots of people saying Stephen this, Stephen that, but by the hundreds in the demon verse. This is just a small sample, and if you pay attention, you'll notice, man, they're obsessed with King Stephen. Not just on Talcott's show, but all over. On the Machine Lie show, Flow State show, London McDouchebag show. All over. They're obsessed with me, and that's not what I want. I don't want people talking about me. I don't want that. I don't want obsessive idiots velcroed to me and obsessed with me. I don't even want any limelight. But why the long face, Trash Luna? Why the long face? Horsey face. Horsey, there's a horsey face mask here. Horsey face mask. That's not her, that's someone else's a gift. This is a meme. Horsey face. Whinnying. Put an apple in its mouth with the long face. They have King Stephen derangement syndrome. And it isn't just Trash Luna, Shadows and Light, Tracy, Tresa. She's got many, many names, but not many brain cells and no class. No class. She's a narcissist and she's obsessed and she calls everyone else a narc. She's a narc. Why the long face, Tracy? Why the long face? Why the long face? And if you've seen her, she's a 3 helicopter forehead. All right? Long face. Long droopy face. And she's on every shit channel that you could shake a stick at. Bashing me always. Stephen Making Sense. You tell me was banned from my channel. A wrench over there. Our poll says Stephen on vacation. Stephen this, Stephen that, Stephen this, Stephen that. The whole chat is like that. Every time I'm on Talcott's show, the whole chat is saying hundreds of comments, Stephen this, Stephen that. All you have to do is pay attention. You shouldn't need screenshots. It's obvious. There's tons over there obsessed with me. Obsessed. Absolutely obsessed with me. And I'm not going to show all the screenshots or all the comments here. It's just way too many. The video would be way too long, and it's unnecessary. Just pay attention to the chat room when it's going on. Bextra Large will be there talking about me. There will be so many doing it over there. And then there's ones that have me hidden or have you hidden that are talking about me. They're cowardly. They talk about me nonstop. But there are some supporters like Lucy Ford here. Best guest ever in all caps, the king with a crown. Thank you very much. And the party faces, emoji party faces. Excellent. Thank you, Lucy Ford. I appreciate you. This was from yesterday. But these are just from yesterday. If you added up all the comments, it's not just thousands. It might even be hundreds of thousands over the last 2 or 3 years. Just in chats during live streams. Stephen this, Stephen that comments from Red 40 and Bextra Large and London McDouchebag and Frank Monday, Frank fucking shithead, Big Mac loser. It's Hank, that loser. It's constantly, there's tons of them. But thank you, Lucy Ford, and for the support. Ladies love El Diablo. Ladies love El Diablo. Notice I said ladies. It's not just women. It's not just women that, oh, well, they have a vagina. There's a lot of trashy women on YouTube in the Demonverse. But ladies are classy. Ladies love El Diablo. The ladies love El Diablo. Shh. 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 Let's calm it down a little bit here. Ladies love El Diablo. And you know it's true. Everyone on my channel knows it's true. They don't need convincing because it's true. It's obvious. It's obvious. Women fall in love with me on YouTube. They can't help themselves. They throw their panties at me. They can't help it. It's the way it is. They soak their panties. Even the ones on Team Evil, their wives and girlfriends lock themselves in the bathroom and they watch my show and they listen. And they pleasure themselves. Elf said, "Hail, hail, the Raven King can do anything." Absolutely. Absolutely. But there you go again. They're talking about King Stephen. They didn't say Stephen in that particular comment, but I have supporters, or ones that pretend to support me. I don't know who Elf is. They might turn on me tomorrow. Who knows? And that's the demon verse. There's very little loyalty. And I'm not saying that Elf is that way. I just don't know Elf. I don't know who this is. But there's very few that are loyal. All right? Most in the demon verse are two-faced. Most in the demon verse are disloyal, two-faced pieces of shit. Speaking of which, that which is that way. They tattletale on me. They were given several chances on my channel to be someone supportive, and they can't be. They're disloyal. They're a two-faced, back-talking, tattletale piece of shit, pretending to apologize one day and then being a piece of shit the next day. I don't want that around me. If you see them on any of my channels, current channels or future channels, ban that creature right away. They've been given multiple chances already, at least several chances, maybe 3, on various channels of mine. I'm done. They're not getting more chances. I don't know if they're banned on El Diablo, but if they aren't and you see them or see it come around, whether it's male or female, I don't care. Ban it. Get rid of it. No more chances and no more mercy for demons. No more. They've been yapping about me all over the place. And here's another comment. I could post a dozen or 20 comments from this thing just in the last week. They yap about me all the time. On Talcott's, on Tarek's channel, everywhere you see them. Stephen reveals the jerk that he is. This was yesterday. Get rid of this thing. If you ever see it anywhere. I don't want it around or anyone like that. Any of them. Okay? I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate creatures being one way on my channel and then behind my back or on other channels being different. It's two-faced. It's Janus behavior. It's cucaracha, cockroach behavior. I have a higher standard on my channel. I have morals. I have principles. I have values. They don't. Not just that which is, but the whole demon verse. They don't. They demonstrate they don't because they have cockroaches on their channels. They hang with them. Who you hang out with reflects on you. Your company reflects on you. Okay? Who you associate with reflects on you. Here's this creepy, obsessed creature, Old Joe. Faceless, nameless, anonymous coward. He's a shady character. Is King Stephen actually trying to converse? I'm one of the best conversationalists on YouTube panel channels if you pay attention. But you're too dumb to do that. And you're too full of bias and prejudice. And you're a loser. You don't pay attention. You're a loser, Old Joe. I'm one of the best guests, if not the best guest ever, that you're going to see on Talcott and anywhere else on YouTube. Look at my conversation on... Sorry, I had to pause it. Look at my conversation with Rose 777 on her channel recently. That's just one example. Look at my conversations with guests on my show, whether it's with Peanut, Quack, Louise, Wendy, Carl. Over the years, I've had some great guests on my shows. King Stephen is trying to subtly paint Jack as a hardcore is one word, dummy, socialist and communist. I'm not trying to paint him whatsoever by asking questions. Jack Talcott has said himself he wants benevolent socialism. He is a socialist. I'm not trying to paint him as anything. He has admitted to this in his own words on his own channel, live and elsewhere beyond his channel. He did a live stream called Benevolent Socialism. So stop lying about me. Stop trying to slander me. With all of the, quote, Stephen this, Stephen that, end quote, said by cockroaches in live stream chats whenever I'm on panel as a guest, just imagine if the little peasants had a few dollars for every time my name is said. Aw, they'd love to have that money. They'd have lots of money if they could get money every time they say, Stephen is this, Stephen is that. I love watching Stephen. Stephen fascinates me. Stephen knows this. Stephen says that. Is King Stephen this? It's constantly. They're fixated on me. They're obsessed with me. They have King Stephen Derangement syndrome. King Stephen derangement syndrome. That's what they have. And they demonstrate it every live stream, wherever I am, live as a guest. They are obsessed with me, not with my words, not with my ideas, not with what the stream is about. They're not there to listen, to learn, to ponder. They're obsessed with me, King Stephen, and there I am, King Stephen. King Stephen. There you go. And they lie about me all the time. They say he's this, he's that. A lot of them are ugly on YouTube. They're nasty. They're drug addicts. They're felons. They're liars. They're creepy creatures. They're cockroaches. They look smelly. They're smoking all the time. They're chain smoking, or they're using illicit drugs. They're degenerate. They're covered in tattoos and piercings. They're just gross. They've all been to jail or prison. They're mental. They're deranged. They're obsessive. They're borderline personality disorder. They're absolutely sickening. They're envious. They're everything wrong with this realm. And they show you what they are. They're liars. They're frauds. They're greedy. They're grifters. They're money obsessed. They get jealous and envious. They're narcissistic. They can't handle disagreement. They kick people off their panels at the drop of a hat. They can't handle criticism. They're nasty. And I'm handsome. I'm handsome and brilliant. And I have charm and charisma. And they hate me for who I am. They can't ever be me. They wish they could copy me. They're envious. They're jealous. They're nasty. Nasty little pissants. Nasty little broke-ass peasants. They're losers. They're losers. And you know it's true. These degenerate, creepy demons. These creepy creatures. Little degenerate demons. They're creepy. They're disgusting.